I know this is going to be hard for you to hear, but it's not your business systems that's the problem. You are the problem. Technology is always the scapegoat, but 9 times out of 10, when I work with an organization, the issue really is not the software. It's how they're using it. It's the process wrapped around it. It's the culture. Lack of investment in their IT. Buying new software is not only going to be very expensive, but it's also going to make just these problems run faster and on a bigger scale. And honestly, it's not your fault. A $1 billion machine is trying to make you think that buying new software is your only option. Not only that, but creating this crazy urgency around it. So should you glow up or break up? Let's talk about how to know which path you should be on. As always, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Add to my list in the comments. We can kind of have some dialogue about it. If you need a glow up, here are the top 3 signs that your system still has a heartbeat. The data is available. It lives. It just is buried. You've got the info you need in there, but it takes hopes and dreams to be able to find it. Now, that's not a failure. That's just a usability issue. We can work with that. Next, you've got a bunch of features, but they're just sitting idle. You don't know about them. You weren't aware you could utilize your system this way. Most importantly, you're paying for things like automation, alerts, fancy dashboards, but no one's ever set them up. Now, that's not broken technology, that's underutilized technology. And number 3, you have to be able to understand the difference between friction and collapse. Your teams are saying it's slow, it's clunky, I hate the UI, it's ugly, it's annoying. All of those things might be honestly quite true, but if the core processes and technology still functions, that's just a glow up fix. So we still have the nervous system, the brain is working. We just need to focus on things like speed, training, usability, configuration, mostly changing that rumor mill that started somewhere with Karen in accounting. We hate the system and now it's spread like wildfire throughout the organization. Now let's shift to the signs that your system is broken and you're gonna need to replace it. And one of the biggest issues I see with archaic dinosaur systems is the issue with integration. If your system can't talk to anything, you're in big trouble. APIs, connectors, cloud extensions, third-party applications, that is a structural issue, is not fixable with any sort of polishing or reframing of the system. The next one is complete abandonment. Most of the time they run back to their safe place, which is Excel, but this is if your teams have completely ghosted the system to run these shadow applications around it, usually in spreadsheets. That's not a glow up issue. That's a complete and utter vote of no confidence in the platform. You either need to take a very hard look at why that is culturally, or you need to focus on what are these pain points that the system is not solving. And the last one I'll talk about, which can be kind of tricky, is vendor sunsetting. So if your vendor is coming to you and saying, we're pulling support for your system, first I want to be crystal clear. That does not mean that you need to get off your system, but it does mean that you need to plan for what your support is going to look like going forward. And this happens all the time when the vendor wants you, usually on their cloud platform. We've seen it happen with Microsoft Great Plains. We've seen it happening right now on a macro level with SAP ECC moving to S4HANA by 2027. Now, this does not mean you have to get off of the platform. It just means you need to figure out what your support will look like, whether that's selecting a new system because you're like, I'm not going to have anyone forcing me off their system, I'm choosing a new vendor. Or if you're going to say, I'm going to look for someone in managed services that's going to help me to support my system, even though my vendor is kind of pressuring me to choose this new choice. That is totally your call, as everything is here. You should not be outsourcing your business system strategy to any sort of third party, whether that be a consultant or a vendor. If it's clunky and annoying, glow it up. If it's broken, break it off. Most importantly, do not waste your money chasing new tech when all you really need to do is focus on getting discipline within your overall information technology strategy.